To create sets or quick select sets within XSI, you may want to take a look at the grouping commands. So let's just select this arm here and maybe this forearm, and I'll hit Control G on the keyboard. That will group them together, and I'll press F2 here to rename it. So I'm just going to call this like left arm, and let's say I'll make another group, and I'll just call this, I'll hit Control G and I'll hit F2 and I'll call this shoulder. And if I want, I can parent these groups in an order. So if I can just kind of group it in here, now if I expand it, it will show me my groups that I have in this kind of hierarchical order. So this may be helpful if you want to sort of like do a site map of your character, where the animator can quickly see all of what they're supposed to animate. So you could do like a search filter on here. If you go like star shoulder, and it will just only show you from the shoulder down in the hierarchy. So you could create these sort of like neat little interfaces for selecting different parts of your rig. So that's one use of groups. There are many others within XSI. So I'll just go back to show all items in the search filter. Another cool thing is with groups is that you can apply like materials or textures to that group. So if I select this geometry here and I hit Control G, and I'll call this Geo, you'll see that it contains my head model and my polymesh for the body of this character. So right now, if I draw like a render region here, you'll see that I have this kind of a cell shader and this silvery head thing that I created. And what you can do is just if I select the group here and I go to material, let's say Lambert here, and I change it to any color I want. Now basically all of the materials within that group are going to inherit that material. If you want to, you can just at any time delete that material that belongs to the group, although I here have to show all nodes here, so I can show the material, and I can just easily delete it. And it asks me if I want to delete a shared property, and I click yes, and it will return to the original shaders that were applied to that geometry. So those are just some ways of using groups within XSI.